Hello guys, it's Julia here, and as you guys see, I have this computer, which is the HP G60. So this computer does have a bit of backstory. I mean, not a lot, but it does have some. So I'm gonna open it up so you guys can see it, and you guys can see there's no keyboard. I need to move it forward a bit so I can actually open it all the way, or at least most of the way. Actually, hold on guys. Now, this computer was given to me, I'm trying to remember when. I don't remember exactly when it was. I think it was 2017, maybe 2016. It was around 2016 or 17. I was on vacation. It was either like December 2016 or December 2017. I don't exactly remember when. I just know it was around that time. I might look for screenshots and like put something up if I do find any more information, because I don't quite remember right now as I'm recording this. But it was given to me because they had spilt something on the keyboard, so the keyboard was going haywire and it stopped working, and pretty much I tried fixing it, but I broke it more, so I just took the keyboard off because I messed it up, because I didn't know what I was doing back then. I should have let it dry out, but I was trying to take the keys off, which, you know, ruined it more. But they got this computer a while back. It actually was on Vista at one point, and it did have the factory install, but unfortunately at some point I wiped it, which I'm really sad about, because I would love to see the factory install on the system, because that would be really interesting. But I don't know why I did that. I might have pictures. I'll pull up some pictures for you guys to see that, because I know I definitely took some when it was on Vista when I was working on it. So you guys will be seeing those. But as I talk about this, I did eventually at one point upgrade it to 10. And then they used it on 10 for a while, and then that's when eventually they spilt something on it and they had to get a new computer, and I helped them pick one out, which the one they got wasn't really good either. It's a Celeron, and it was some Acer laptop, I think. And they still use it to this day, I believe. They've not gotten a new one yet. But I can't show that one because I don't have that one. But anyway, what we're going to be doing in this video is I'm actually going to install something I've never installed before. I don't know how it's going to work. It's going to be really interesting. But this does also have the hard drive in it that was in the freezer. I don't know if you guys remember the frozen hard drive video I did. I put it in this computer, and I believe it was this drive. So I think this might be the frozen hard drive, which is really funny. I don't know why we froze the hard drive. I actually don't remember. I think it stopped working or something, and we put it in the freezer, and it fixed itself. It was so weird. But anyway, yeah, it's strange. It still works, though. So this is my Ventoy USB, which I'm going to plug something in. This does have an OS on it, but I put the drive in another computer. So obviously, I want to wipe what's on this. I believe, isn't it like F9 or 10? I can't remember with HPs. Well, at least this one. Escape. Okay. This one's different. F9 is the boot menu. I was correct. Okay. So we're going to boot to the USB. Hopefully it works. I'm going to move this down in case any bad names show, which I think I fixed them for the most part, but we are going to boot Windows Vista with extended kernel. I've never used this before. I got it on some website because someone gave me a link to it. I've not used Vista in a really long time, and I've not used the extended kernel before. So this is going to be pretty interesting. So right now it's just loading up in the OS. I did hear it takes a while to install, so I'm probably not going to show the entire installation process of this. But, I mean, I'll get to the installing. But this is going to be really interesting. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that about this computer, as you guys know, I'm getting rid of a lot of systems. I'm still in the process, and one of my friends wants it to try and fix it up and get new parts for it. So I'm like, sure. I mean, you can have it, because I'm trying to get rid of computers, and this computer is kind of broken a lot. The keyboard's broken. The screen has these pixels on it, like these dead pixels. Also, the CMOS battery is bad in this computer. And what the crap? No disk in the drive. Cancel. It's probably one of the USBs or SD card or something stupid. Wow, Windows Vista. Windows Vista, I will say, looks pretty. That is one thing I'll say about Vista. I like the colors, I like the background. It's just, I haven't really had much experience with Vista. So, yeah. And by the time you're seeing this recording, I don't have the e-machine anymore. I don't want to enter a product key right now. I know it's not going to have a product key. I could technically use the one on the bottom, but I'm not keeping this install because I'm getting rid of the system and giving it to someone that actually wants to put the money in to fix it. Because honestly, I don't want to put in all the money to try and fix it up, and I never use it anyway. I'm trying to keep systems that have less issues, and this computer has a lot of issues, as well as I don't even think it has a battery in it either. So I just don't really necessarily want to keep it. But it was given by my grandpa's friend. I think I might have already said that, I'm not sure. But they gave it to me because they spilt something on it. So that's pretty much what happened with this computer and why they gave it to me and why they had to buy a new one. They couldn't really use it because it kept pushing stuff. I mean, yeah, they could have gotten a new keyboard and it probably would have been fine, but they didn't. Also, I believe that they didn't even use the battery in it. They always left it plugged in anyway, so yeah, I don't even think the battery worked. So I believe I took it out because it always had to be plugged in. At one point it might have worked, but it doesn't work anymore. So I'm adding this clip in. You guys are probably wondering how these dead pixels got here. You can actually see them when the screen isn't on because the computer isn't on right now. So for some reason, I believe when I first got this, I left the computer outside to try and get the keyboard to dry instead of just taking the keyboard out, and it was hitting the sun, which caused this. So basically, when I was trying to dry out the keyboard, I left the whole computer out there instead of taking the keyboard out, which is what I should have done to begin with, but I didn't. So that's how these dead pixels got on the screen. I attempted to repair it and completely repaired it the wrong way. So at least I learned my lesson from that now, but the screen is most likely going to get replaced on this. So yeah, and the power button's also broken, but I think that's been broken. I don't think I did that. Anyway, that's that. I'm really hoping this works because I don't know what it's doing right now. It's just loading. Is it frozen? No. It's just not loading for some reason. But I thought, you know, for this video, the reason I wanted to do Vista is, one, it came with Vista, so I wanted to see it on Vista one last time. And two, because, you know, I'm getting rid of the system anyway. It's not like it's gonna stay on Vista. Because honestly, I would not recommend maining Windows Vista in 2022. It's just not a good idea. I mean, if you have an old computer with it, fine. But anyways, I'm going to stop this and wait. Plus, I think someone's coming, so I'm going to have to stop the video for now. Alright guys, so I'm back about an hour or two later. I shut it off and booted it back up because I didn't want to leave it on. But anyways, I selected Vista Enterprise because why not? You know, I've never used it. So let's just do that, and I have to select that even though that's not true. Obviously it's not going to be activated or anything, but that's fine because I'm not keeping this install, so it doesn't matter. Is it frozen? I clicked next, but it's not doing anything. Maybe it's just slow because to even get to the screen it takes like a minute. So I will come back when it passes this. Alright, it finally loaded after like a minute, so let's agree. Click next. It's still older for some reason. See, look at this. I don't know if it's a USB port I'm using or what, but it's just slow. And I don't know if it's because I'm using Ventoy, because I am using Ventoy. I really like Ventoy. I find it very useful to have multiple ISOs on one USB, so I don't have to keep using Rufus every single time. Plus, a lot of my USBs are older, so yeah, USB 2.0, pretty slow, although I know this computer, these are only 2.0 ports, so it's going to be slow regardless, but copying the ISO was actually pretty fast. Anyways, I will be back once again. Of course, it finishes loading as soon as I stop the video. So, custom. What in the world's going on? Okay, well, I'm going to... Wait, 20 gigs of space? Okay, well, this is the recovery anyway, or the system reserved. Delete. Delete. New. Apply. Wow, it didn't even make a system reserved. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's cool. Now, this is gonna take a while. I know someone that installed this, and it took quite a while, so I don't know how long this will take. It might take a while since it's probably a really big image, since it does contain, like, all the Vista updates in the extended kernel. I believe that's what it said. But I got this file, like, months ago, and haven't actually tested it yet, so I thought I'd test it in this video and just see what it does. So anyways, I'll be back when this is done. It might be later in the day because I'm not sure if I'll be able to record or not, but yeah. Alright guys, so it's rebooting. It looks like it's booting back to my Ventoy, I think, so yeah, it is. Control delete. Looks like we got a Vista loading screen. Probably gonna boot back into the installer like 7 does. Please wait while Windows sets up your computer. Okay. So guys, it booted back into the installation, so I'm gonna let this do its thing and I'll be back again. Alright guys, we are back at a Vista loading screen. It had rebooted. It shouldn't go back into that. I don't know what it's gonna do at this point. I've never installed this ISO before. I haven't even used Windows Vista in a pretty long time, actually, because it's one of the operating systems I've never mained before. Like, I've mained Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8 and 8.1, and every version of Windows 10, but I've never really mained Windows Vista. That's why I find it really interesting. So, type a username. Let's just type user, because I'm not keeping this. And let's do the cat. I like this background, but I also like this background, so let's do that one. I'm gonna leave the computer name because I'm not keeping it. Ask later about updates. Alright, it says thank you, that's different, and a start button. Well, let's see what happens. So, we got the background. Guys, so I'm back at night because I couldn't record earlier because interrupted again. So anyway, I did turn it off and back on, but it's on the same screen with the, you know, Vista thing and the gadgets. And this is the specs. Pentium dual core at 2 gigahertz, 4 gigs of RAM. And we're gonna look at the system properties. So there it is, Windows Vista, Service Pack 2. I might mess more with this ISO and a VM because I don't think I have any drivers. Yeah, the 30-day activation there, but I'm pretty sure I don't have any drivers. Because if I go to Device Manager, oh yeah, the UAC's on Vista, of course. We're missing a lot of drivers, and the Ethernet isn't working, and the Wi-Fi is not working, so I can't even connect it to the internet to, like, test stuff out with it. And because I'm getting rid of the system anyway, I'm not gonna bother. I might mess with this ISO on another system and try and get the drivers later on, or I'll mess with it in a VM and make a video about it, but I did find this ISO online. I'm not going to provide the link. You can try and find it, but it does exist. I believe it was on some forum, if I can remember. But, yeah, we don't have our... Oh, the device can't start for the standard VGA. That's funny. And this is the Microsoft one too. It did find an Ethernet, but again, the device can't start, so it might not even work, which is weird because this system came with Vista originally, because it has the Vista sticker. Maybe it just needs a proper driver to work. But then it shows another Ethernet controller down here saying the drivers aren't installed, which is kind of weird. We've got PCI, SM bus controller, unknown device, video controller, which is the video, I guess, and yet it's set up here. This one couldn't start. But basically, I have another video I have to actually record tonight of another system that I'm also getting rid of, and I already have a headache, so yeah. Yay, not. But you know, my schedule is pretty tight, so I might record a bunch of videos and schedule them, then take a break from recording them because I feel like I need one, because there's just a lot going on. But it says these are new. That's weird. What does Windows Update look like? This is still the old Windows Update, so I don't know how many updates this has. And I know it does have Service Pack 2, but I think it includes updates, but this Windows Update looks really old. It doesn't even look like the newer one, so I'm not sure on that. We don't have drivers either, but as I said, I will miss the system a bit, but at the same time, maybe I have to type 32. At the same time, the system has a lot of issues. The screen has these dead pixels, the keyboard is not there, there's no battery in it. If those three issues were fixed, and this had an SSD in it, it'd probably be a decent system. Oh, 6003, that's so weird, because Service Pack 2 is usually build 6002, so that's probably something to do with the extended kernel, or maybe some unofficial update. But it is a G60, and this is the CPU, the Pentium dual-core T4-200 at 2 gigahertz. But pretty much, this is it. So, yeah. This is the system. But, yeah, as I said, someone's gonna fix it up. And I just honestly, I'm trying to get rid of computers, and I don't really want to spend a ton of money fixing some of them. Even though it doesn't cost that much to fix the system up, I'd rather just, you know, keep my perfectly working systems and stuff, as I'm trying to get rid of some of the ones that have problems because I have too many computers. So that's why I'm getting rid of this one, but it does have that hard drive in it from that frozen hard drive video, I believe. I will link that as a card right now if you want to go watch that video. But that video showed a drive that was in the freezer, and I put it in, and I believe it's the same one. Because this is a Western Digital drive, and I believe it was the same one in the video from when I looked at it. So, yeah, plus it already had the hard drive bay on it, and it fits in this computer, so I'm almost certain it's actually the same one that came out of this computer. But unless I put the bay on it, but I doubt it. So I'm adding this in the video. Later on, I did install Windows 7 Enterprise, and I did update it because I had an image that had all the updates, and this is literally all it installed after I installed this and checked for updates. So I just got a fully up-to-date 7, but it only goes up to the EOL date of Windows 7, so January 2020. But I mean, it's a lot easier, so I didn't have to go through installing like 200 updates, because doing that just takes me way too long. So I decided to just get an updated image instead. So now I don't have to worry about that. But I'm just gonna keep this on 7. I basically had to replace the drive because they didn't have any drives, so I just put a different one in. So I gave them a 160 gig drive and took out the other one because that's enough. But anyway, that's just another clip I'm adding. This video is probably gonna go up late because even though I have some of it edited, I'm really busy today, so my apologies if this video goes up late. But anyway, that's it for this computer, or at least for this clip. Anyways, that'll be it for this looking back video. I'll look more at this in another video. I have a lot going on right now, so I just don't feel like it. Plus, I'm getting rid of this computer, and I'm running out of time, so that's another reason why I didn't fully get the drivers and stuff in this video. Plus, why do that if I'm getting rid of it, you know? Maybe I can put it on a system I'm not getting rid of. Because I do have another computer I was given that is a Vista era system, and maybe I can do it on that one in a future video. And that might not even be a looking back, because that was another computer I got recently. And as I said, any more computers I get, I'm not really doing a looking back. I mean, some of them, but not all of them. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and bye-bye for now.